What do you say? Don't get it fucked up and twisted, because you get twisted and fucked up. Hey, listen, peace. What's poppin', my weebles? It's your boy, Sincere Seven, coming to you live and direct from the Cycle 9 Academy of Detroit, the pad, representing the House of Genesis. I want to talk about some dope shit, man. My girl be dropping jewels on me. I be talking shit. If y'all seen me talk this shit about the post about, like, I need my next woman to be a talker, because this motherfucker just sit here like a statue and just like, as a matter of fact, when they said you got a trophy woman, they was talking about her. Yeah, I got a trophy woman. I'm talking she just sit here and look good. That's all. I'm available for comment. But she ain't finna bombard you with a whole bunch of thoughts and all of this shit. But I tell you, when I ask her some shit or I talk about some shit, so I'm gonna tell y'all, this was a dope one right here. I came upon an epiphany. Man, listen, when I say, if I want to find the perfect next edition, all I need to do is listen to my girl. She be giving me all the jewels about where I be fucking up with these women, where I be picking the wrong ones at, where my mind be at, and where my emotions, and she be just calling me out on certain shit. I be like, damn, yeah, okay, I can see where I need to change that. I need to change my... So this was a dope one, but y'all know how we do. I got to get the blunt roll before we can get deep into it. So with that being said, what do you do to create peace in your home? That was the jewel that started everything where I'm about to go through off. That's what started it. Okay, so I'm about to go into what it became. But before we go there, let me just say, the young lady who posted that, it really stopped me and got me thinking. That was a very, very good question. What do you do to create peace in your home? Now, this is not the discussion that we're going to have, but we're going to start here for a second, because it's important to the entire discussion. So when I seen that post, I stopped and I pulled back. And I said to Sindar, I said, hey, we known, and the pad has always been known for having a very peaceful and comforting and what people have referred to as safe environment. And I was like, but what do we do to create that? Right? Okay, here we go. Look, okay, here we go. Let's get into it. Right? What do we do to create that? Because I'm like, all right, of course, we like the incense, right? Because in my mind, I'm thinking, I guess it's a mixture of things, right? But before I really got to thinking about it, I just threw it at her. Like, yeah, that's interesting. Like, how would we answer that? Because incense, I mean, come on, right? We all like incense, right? I hope. If y'all like incense, I invite you to try it out. Especially if you smoke weed, right? My house don't be smelling like a bunch of weed. My house, when you walk in, smells like beautiful temples and incense and weed. Right? So that smell, like I just walked into a temple, that feeling, that's kind of like what I like to come out, right? But there's a lot of different feelings and emotions that come out when you come into my home. And so that was the discussion, was like, what is it that we do to create the energy? And so it's like, okay, the incense, right? And then there's the music, right? Okay, well, and so Sindara started saying that basically it's not really what do you do to create the energy in your home. It's more of your home is a reflection of what and who your energy is. And so, be it that the Cycle 9 Academy of Detroit, House of Genesis, is also our home. We put a lot of energy into this place through our food, our cooking, our growing, our medicine work, our ceremonial work, our healing works, our psychedelic works, our, the babies and the laughter and them running through here. And so basically she started just speaking about how it's a mixture of the person and their energy being exuded into the house. So if that person is a peaceful person, then when you come over their house, it's going to be a peaceful energy. If they're like a real excited type of, you know what I'm saying, club going type of up, when you come in the house, it's probably going to have that pre-gaming type of feel. If they're a real sensual, sexual, overly, then you might have a real sensual feel, right? But and also not just the home, but the different parts of the home that you go into. It'll let you know how serious they take those things. Like, what does your bathroom look at? How serious is your release in the mornings? How serious is your bath times? How serious is your personal hygiene, right? When you go into your bedroom, how serious? Well, what does your bedrooms consist of? Does it create a lovemaking type of energy, a creative type of energy, a business type of energy, a meditative type of energy? What kind of energy does it be involved when you walk in that room? What is your living room like? What is your dining room like? Okay, so we get the point. So as she's saying that, I'm like thinking it through to kind of like, when somebody says something, you like, okay, well, let me see how that feels. So I started think about the people's houses you've been to and their energy, and does their house match their energy? So I started thinking, and I'm like, oh yeah, their energy is like that. And this, oh yeah, then their energy when you have their house. I don't go to a lot of people's houses. That's not my practice. I was always told to stay out of people's houses. And here we go. This is where we're going with this. So as I got to thinking about the different people and their energy, I got ready to say something to her like, oh, this is like a good way to like know the energy of like people you dating and shit. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I started thinking, when I said to myself, oh, well, let me think about people's energy in their homes, none of the people that I thought about that I've been to their homes and was checking their energy to see if it matched was anybody I dealt with or dated. And it started to think like, wait a minute. If I'm saying a good way to understand somebody and know and get to know this person's essence is to be at their home, why the fuck have I not been to 90% of the women I've dealt with home? Or even aware if they even have one. Or even aware of if there's a whole nother family just operating within there. I mean, it's so many things that so as we're talking about this, I said, man, listen, let me tell you about this time, this chick on social media. And if you watching, sorry, but this chick on social media, man, she was fine, like under any nigga category. That's like a statement I make where it's kind of like, yeah, anybody would be like, yeah, she did like. Matter of fact, she reminded me of Cardi B. I'm don't go too detailed. You're gonna be offensive. Anyway, so I'm like, boo, woo, woo. But she was fly, but there was just a couple things, and I was like, I could take it or leave it. You know what I mean? But she was fine, right? So we talking, we kicking it. She invited me over. This is something I don't do. I'm like, what? Go to a woman's house? Oh no. Nah. What? Nah, hell no. Especially, I met you on social media. Now, I've been on social media for some years. I see the shit y'all be saying and what y'all be doing and how y'all be doing. Nah, I'm good. I don't fuck with people's houses. Come on over to my house, shorty. I got a few of them. You come to my house. That's how I've always been. I got homes. I got cribs. If you ain't got one, I got one. I got my woman one. You ain't on chill around my woman. Okay, I got one. We could be off. No, fuck that. You come to my. Okay. She like, well, I got, kids and I got a lot going on and this and this and that. And I just thought maybe, you come through and smoke a blunt or something. Chill with me. You know what? Fuck it. I ain't finna be like, nah, it's that deep. I'm a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Because, now let me tell you why. Because she had kids, right? So in the military, we not coming to your crib. We not coming to no woman crib because we don't know what type of motherfuckers you fuck with. We don't know if it's a setup, none of that. But if your kids are there, then that's one of them 50-50s, because it's like most women not gonna put their kids in danger. So you're not trying to set me up if your kids are there. You're not trying to get me to come here so a bunch of dudes or whatever can come in and rob us or do whatever. Like, self is the measure to the world, so certain ways to do certain things. So when the kids is around, it gives a certain different environment where it's like, okay, I can trust this. So I can respect that young lady. She got her kids. You know what I'm saying? At the time, my kids weren't with me. So I'm like, but I'm going to go over there. Fuck it. Do something different. I went over her crib, and when I walked in, I wanted to walk back out. It was very, very unwelcoming. It was pungent. As I said, I wanted to walk in and get a hug, but instead I got the shit slapped out of me by the smell of urine and feces. And I wasn't sure if it was all of the animals that was running around or if it was one of the youth that was running back and forth and flipping back and forth over the couch because his diaper was down to his knees. Now, I'm not judging. I'm telling you, this is the environment that I walked into. It was foul smelling. It was dirty. It was compulsive. And I was like, yo, I'm about to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what you mean? I'm like, you want to have a seat? Like, no, I really don't. I'd rather not, And so I got up out of there and I left. And, I don't know how if she wondered what, but I was like, in my mind, I'm like, she got to know why I left. Like, is this okay with most people? And I was like, yep, it probably is. I've heard conversations in Detroit where, that another dude probably would not have cared. That would be like, what you mean? Why you leave? I don't get the story. Why did you leave? Like, right? So just now when we were talking, and she was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? The person's crib is that. And I'm like, yo, I don't go to women's houses. I'm like, oh, that is a large issue. That is a large part of the issues that I come into. There we go. That's how I'm, yeah. I know now I don't want to date or deal with or court or bring another woman into my cipher for me personally or for me and my woman, however it might roll, unless I've been to her house. If I can't come to your house, you can't come to mine. If I can't come see what your energy is and your personal hygiene is and a representation of who you are before I get there, I don't want to fucking deal with you. Nope. My girl dropped the jewel on me. Ain't that crazy how your woman got to teach you how to get the proper girlfriend? Don't worry about that. I guess that's just some poly shit. Other dudes is like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? I guess it's some poly shit. My girl, I ain't like, man, I'm fucking up out here with these goddamn women. She's like, cuz, you not paying attention to the motherfucking flags, motherfucker. You over here trying to be a good man and you ain't looking for a good woman. Nigga, the fuck? Yeah, out here trying to be good to everybody. Everybody don't deserve you to be good to them. Are they being good to their motherfucking self? Like, I thought I was supposed to be good to them. Shut your dumb ass up. Okay, let's keep this between us. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep this between us. You can tell our next girlfriend how fucking naive I am when it comes to these women. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. So, yeah. So I learned something very valuable. Yeah, I got to start going to people's houses now. So there, but I did think, I was like, you know what? There is a couple of women that I've dealt with that I have been to their houses. And I can say that their homes were a representation of who they were. And it's like, if I would have went to those homes beforehand, I would have realized who they were quicker than I did in the relationships. Because there's people that I've been in relationships with and I think something of them. When I met you, there was a concept I had in mind. And then we met and that concept is in my mind. And we operate and that concept is there's never anything to reset it because I never go to women's personal places.
When they was taught how to act outside.
Yeah, that part. Yeah. She was like, a lot of people was taught how to act outside, how to act when you're at somebody else's home, how to conduct yourself. So the whole, okay, well, it's easy because I've always been taught how to act when I'm somewhere else. But I'm not getting the gist of who you really are until I come to your shit. See, so it's easy for women to be like, damn, you be on social media, you be all this and this, but like you really, like, yeah, y'all get the part where it's like, oh wow, I don't. I'm still moving off the concept of what I thought you were from social media, and you so peaceful in the posts you put up, and you support the community, and and then I come to your house and I see how you maintain and how you operate with your family and how you conduct yourself with people,
and then break down every lie, motherfucker.
All the lies just go, because it's like, no, this is how I really live, and that has been a mistake for me. Nah, you gonna come over to my house for a weekend? That's cool. Next weekend, I want to come over to yours. Let's spend equal time in each other's homes. Let me get to really see who you are. You see who I am. Because you see who I am. All this social media shit and me and my babies and this and that. Sit around me for a weekend and hear me and my children and our relationship and how we operate and how I father and how I dad. You know what I'm saying? See me even with my woman. If this is going to be an addition to, okay, well, how do you chill with her? How do you this? How do you, like, that's what I be telling people. But at the same time, now I'm realizing, but then I want to come over your shit. I want to see how you're going to treat me when I'm in your home. I want to see what type of energy your house has. I want to see how you conduct your business. I want to see how you move through your different emotional plateaus. See, because when a person comes to see you, it's a focus. Like, I'm over here, I'm company. Focus on me. Okay, cool. But when a person spends time, like, no, I came to see you last night. We did last night. I woke up. I'm just here. I'm eating a bowl of cereal, watching you on your morning shit. That's when you really get to see who I am. Like, what's up, my baby?
I saw the bed.
You did? Okay, I'm on live right now. Okay. That's when, like, as a woman who's wanting to know me, like, because when we hang out, like, I can fucking talk. Like, think about it, I be doing lives for hours, so I can just talk. And if whatever it was that attracted you to me, usually, for me, it's usually some type of nerdy shit. Women are attracted to me because of the things that I know, you know what I'm saying? And how I carry myself, right? There was another one was said, right? So for me, it's like, okay, I'm gonna carry myself in a real cool ass way, smoking this weed, and I can just keep teaching you shit, right? But okay, when all that's said and done, and whatever we get together to do, whether it be to spend time or spend space or spend, whatever else, and then the next day when it's not about, oh, let's meet up. Now you might just be here. Okay, you're here. You over there. You sitting there. Let me start my day off. Okay, what's my personal hygiene routine? Do I make my bed in the morning or no? Do I brush my teeth in the morning or no? Do I, you know what I'm saying, clean out the tub when I get out the tub shower or no? You know what I'm saying? Once you do all of that, what do you do then? Do you go do the yoga? Do you go do your breath work? Do you go do your meditation? Do you go sit down and smoke a blunt and scroll social media? What you really like? Because you talk about all of these things and you represent all of these things. So what's that? So that's where you really get those things. You'd be like, oh shit, wait a minute. When are you at your best? When are you at your worst? How do you operate? Right? You get to see those things. I never went to go witness those things. I just got the representative every time they represented. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was a jewel for me. So yeah, ladies, I'm coming over your crib. I'm looking in your freezer and shit. How much? Yeah, Shorty said she don't eat no pork. Yeah, hold on. Let me open the fridge in the freezer real quick. Yeah, what's this pepperoni? Hot Pockets and shit in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? I thought you ain't eat no pork. You know what I'm saying? Let me use the bathroom. Oh, what's in your medicine cabinet? Let me take a picture. Google this shit. What the fuck is that for? Oh, fucking headaches. Okay, all right, god damn it. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I need to do some more research. I need to start being nosy. I'm coming to your crib, ladies. What's in your fridge? What's in your freezer? What's in your wallet? Yeah, I'm coming in there like that. Yo, let me sit on your couch. You got a couch? You know what I'm saying? Are we doing the Japanese style type of shit? You gonna serve me some tea or coffee?
Yard.
What?
There's something in the backyard.
There's something in the backyard?
Yeah.
Is it big? Oh, it's that dang on gopher groundhog trying to eat my crops, baby. We got to build a structure around our gardens so that they won't eat into it. But I came up with it the other day, so we got something for them.
Mm-hmm.
But they okay. They just trying to eat some food. They can have whatever's out there. Is back there? Okay. Yeah, man. So yeah, I just wanted to just, come on and kick it. That's one thing I ain't been doing. I've been going through like a phoenix type of phase, like the energy of finishing off one thing and closing off chapters and all of this and opening up others. You know what I'm saying? It was a talk of like, it's some cocoon shit or whatever. Like, no, it's more some phoenix shit. But when I be in that type of energy, you know what I mean? I just be going through my process, so I be going live a lot. But this one right here, I was like, yeah, I'm feeling the energy. I felt like, you know what I'm saying, going live. And so, yeah, I just wanted to just like, yo, shout out to the shorty who dropped the, what do you do to bring peace into your home? And how do people see your home? So now knowing this, like when we think about this, what do you think about when you come over my home? What kind of energy does my home give you? You might want to ask people that, see what type their responses are, to see if it goes into in alignment with what type of energy you want to give off. For me, people say it before I even ask. Anytime anybody comes to my home, they like, man, your home is so peaceful and calm and warm and like, oh man. Like, not only do we deal with, the entheogenic work and therapies and the healing work and all of that, but we also deal with the magic, right? And so our house has the casino effect, as we call it. We have windows, we have doors, they be open, you can see, but you still somehow lose track of time. Like you can come and be like, oh, I'm gonna come over there for like 30, 45 minutes. I'm like, okay. And you'll sit down, and then 2 hours later, you'll be like, oh my goodness, let me get up out of here. And I'll be like, all right. And then about an hour and a half later, you'll be like, man, I've been meaning, okay, all right, yeah, I'm about to, and then be like, yo, I'm about to cook dinner. You want some dinner? Wait a minute. What time? Wait, I got here at 10 o'clock in the morning. Oh shit, I gotta go. Well, you know what? If you about to cook. Yeah. So we have that, because all things are encompassed here. And so people just find themselves like everything, there's nothing really needed. All you need to bring was yourself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's dope. That was a real dope realization for me this morning. Because I'm gonna tell you, as a man, I'm looking at it like the men, the things that I hear when I'm dealing with women, right? And women start discussing, like we sometimes do. So, hey, why you ain't with somebody? Oh, well, my experience with men has been, and I'd be like, oh, okay. No, not right now. I want the people to think that I starve you and I never feed you. No, not right now. Didn't you just, it's 1:11. Didn't you just have a snack? All right, I'll get you lunch. Yeah, I was about to say I'll get you lunch in a minute. One of the things that they speak about, okay, good information, is that the men tend to try to use them. The men try to live off them. The men, like, if the women are successful and they have something going for themselves and they have homes and they have cars and jobs and things like that, and a lot of the men apparently don't. And so they have this tendency to want to flop at the women's house and use their cars and use their and things like this. So for me, it was always a sign of you ain't got to worry about that with me. I ain't even got to come over your house, shorty. I got cribs. I've always kept multiple homes. As a poly man, that's kind of like what you should do. Like you should have multiple homes. Like you trying to court other women, what, in front of your woman? Like, okay, if she cool with that and it's a triad, that's cool. But if you just also deal with other relationships outside of, you want to have multiple homes, right? And so it was a sign of what's that shit they say, like not dominance, but like alpha male. Like I'm letting you know I'm not one of the ones that need to sleep in your crib and can I borrow your car and stuff like that. And so that was why I never felt the need to go to a woman's home. Secondly, because I don't know what the fuck you dealt with in the past and who's watching you and how they feel. And I don't need to end up in the middle of any type of foolishness that I don't need to, that, you know what I'm saying? Because if it follows you to my home, oh, I ain't, that's clear. That's clear. There's no question about what the fuck happened. I'm not worried about having to answer some questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the streets no more, so I will point out, I'll testify. You fucking right. Yeah, that one right there, I shot him in his ass. You goddamn right? So for me, I don't care about that. But going to a woman's home and her baby daddy come over there, or her ex come over there, or whatever else, like, I ain't got time for that shit. So my whole thing was, I don't need to come here. And then the other thing is, my age, most women got children. You know what I'm saying? Your children don't need to be meeting every dude that you dating or courting, and we might not make it. So why should I come over there and be introducing myself to your kids and like making myself, presence in your home if we not sure if this is gonna be something right? So in my mind, going to women's homes wasn't something that I needed to be doing. Boy, was I wrong. Yeah, boy, was I wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start being like, well, I just don't feel like you need to be in my crib. I'm like, well, I don't feel like you need to be in mine either. Let's meet on mutual grounds. You know what I'm saying? We could date our asses off and be meeting in the hotels for the next goddamn 2 or 3 years. But god dang it, if you spend the night in my motherfucking house, I want to come over yours the next day and have tea. Fuck you mean. Let me see. Let me see what I'm getting into. You even have a crib? You even have a crib, see? Because that'd be the thing. That's there's been a few times. Wait a minute. It was real easy for you to move in. Where'd you? Never mind. Right? Yeah. Okay. So, that was a jewel. 2 jewels in one. One, what do you do to create peace in your home? Second, is your home a peaceful home? And third, do you realize that your home is a representation of who you are in and out, throughout, through and through? How was that seen? How was that observed? I mean, I don't give a fuck. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? You're right. There's a lot of people who don't give a fuck. We understand that. I have smelt them before in the line at the grocery store. I'm very, very familiar with people who do not give a fuck. But if you do, then you might want to wonder, what type of energy does my shit give off? Not like you need to give off a certain energy. I'm not saying that. I'm not, because that's like saying you need to be a certain characteristic. No, I'm just saying, are you aware that your home is a representation of who you are? And have you ever inquired to other people, how do they see your home? What type of energy does your home give them? What type of... Be careful, because if you ask, if they tell you and you don't like the answer, then you got to start going in and saying, what does that say about me and who I am? So, with that being said, man, enjoy y'all day. I just came to kick it a minute. The blunt gone, the coffee gone, but the love is still there. And as always, tell somebody you love them in the language that they can understand it in. Peace.